Please stand by.
Yeah, please stand by. Behind scenes. Hello, Facebook. Facebook, come over here for a second.
Please stand by.
What's the deal with this? Behind scenes. Is this people?
This is 10 o'clock talks.
I don't either. All right, we'll just let it roll.
Please
This
stand
is
by.
10 o'clock talks. Yes, it is. We got go in here live? Are we ready?
You are live.
Oh, we are ready. We are ready. Okay, man. Ours. Controls everywhere. Touchy controls everywhere. Pittsburgh. Please stand by. We are live. We're going to start our shares. What we do. Give us a second here, and I will mumble in your ear. America, hello. Welcome. Friends in London, Scotland. Thank you for joining in always. We are live. Pittsburgh, PA. Hello, America. Hello. All right. We are starting our shares and getting at our roots, getting into the system of America and beyond. Beth, if you're on doing anything, text me because I have no way to know what you're doing if you are doing. Dave, also you, buddy. If you're not there, it's fine. But if you are, hit us up behind the glass. Appreciate it. Pittsburgh. Wow, what news today here, huh? Crazy stuff going on. Let me button up here, man. I'm sorry. Apologize. Yeah, everywhere. Stuff going nuts. Wisconsin, BLM, rioting, going to people's houses, stomping on cars, accidental shooting, videos released. It really seems like with the live audio of the officer's cam, it was all about a taser for control because there was an uncooperative person involved. You never like to see it, but it seems that it was a grave error, an admitted grave error that's now blowing up, and it is what it is, and it's bad. It's always bad like that. But of course, with everything we're dealing with, this ain't going to go away easy. They've already incited innuendos and statements, by Black Lives Matter 3 queens, that communist queens, that if they don't have what they want out of the Floyd, even though they're multi-millions of dollars settlement just to get it off the table and keep peace, they want more. Otherwise, their plan will be to do whatever they can do to America, to punish America, to punish the American people. And yes, that is a good group. No, it's not a good group. Not by any means. Want to say hello to free speech. American regulators boycott Biden, office of the former president, the 47 always. Hello, everyone at the 47. Trump patriots, Southwest PA bikers. Wow, yes. And all the motorcycle clubs. Biden's not my president, office of former president. Oh, man, I just got tons of them here. And I thank you for bringing us into your format and allowing me to get in when you clicked me on. Hey, Mary. Hey, how are you? I want to just say a quick hello to you guys out there. Eric, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man? All right, so we got a few people. No big deal. But we are streaming in a very large manner now. So sometimes it might look like we're down, but we're actually up. Hard to explain. I'm learning myself. And that was not the whole thing of this. It's just that people are connecting and want a message louder, and I'm happy to do that. So I hope you caught what I had to say about this BLM and the circumstances that's going on. A terrible situation that looks like, by the release of the audio, once again, I'll say it, that there was an error, an admitted error. And it was released, I believe, through Fox Network that stated this. But last night it turned into havoc. It turned into what looked to be, from what I saw, some type of riot. There was no peaceful protests, and I don't think it was a permit for it. But again, we have the three queens of the BLM Communist Party against America, and I guess they put the order out, which I got more to talk about those three in a minute here. But hello to all the groups out there. I appreciate you and all the people that are supporting the 10 here. You mean a lot to me. You really do. And I thank you for checking in with us. This is all what? The cancel culture? Cancel culture. Cancel culture. I don't know. A great day in Pittsburgh, though, and a shot back to all you guys out there in small businesses. I have to do this every time I get on. I'm sorry. It's who I am. It's what I do. Please support and try to help any and all, businesses that you can. I know a lot of people are. I seen that type of action over the weekend when I was out. Beautiful days. People got out, and there were people everywhere. There truly were. So I'm sure that's throughout America. Some of this small change breadcrumb stimulus that you got, I hope it helps you. But it is very much small change stimulus. And a big thank you came through information to me through Marjorie Green about this $250 million gift. Wait a minute. The American people said there's no gift here. Joe, you can pay that gift. You got $1 billion from China. You can take the blame for what you're doing to the money of the stimulus, because this isn't infrastructure. 6% to go to infrastructure, and you're asking for more money. 6%? No, that's ridiculous, America. It's ridiculous. If ever we need to stand, I think you will see it. And I've been predicting little things to come like this, and they are. Every day is a different narrative. It's a different topic. What really put the swing on today was what had occurred. That was in Minneapolis. Am I getting from the people behind the glass? That was Minneapolis where that tragedy happened. Yeah. I just wanted to verify on that. That kind of changed the whole narrative. But we also had an incident in Texas at a school. I don't know if it's of somewhat of a different color. Maybe it won't be out there quite as large. But again, prayers to everybody involved. Prayers to the family that lost a child. Please stand up and see what had occurred for yourself before you allow, because maybe your voice can shut down an issue here. I know I'm asking a lot, and you're probably never going to hear this, but I have to say it. You have my prayers. Honestly, I don't care of any color who you are. I care of the rat race named who we are and what we are all about. I don't care for the BLM. I don't care for the MLB. I don't care for the Antifa. I mean, it's just no. The narrative's no. And I don't care for a lot of the corporate entities now who jump sides, or maybe were never on our side, okay? Truthfully. Because they're all jumping aboard, donating money to everybody. Big money. Big money. Not small money. Not small money. And I think we should all be scared. And we should all get more involved. And I preach that a lot. I really do. It's sad, but this is what we're going through. It's sad, but it's what we're going through. What does all this mean? Right now, it means rights, freedoms, history. It truly does. And it's dampered every day. And I put up a post today where it says, we're fading. And, in ways we are, you can call it a bad picture. That's fine. I could take it. Maybe I take a bad picture. But actually, I did it for a purpose the way I could. I played with it and played with it and played with it because I thought it was an important factor to post something like that with freedoms of religion. Churches, open your doors. You see what's going on in Canada, everybody? Let me get to that just for one quick second. You see what's going on up there? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I got more to tell you about on Canada and how that's really working up there, what's really going on. But to shut down churches and, just go in and take them over, nah. That's not what you do to good Christians. Christians, I'm going to applaud you all. You're my strength. You're the world's strength. And prayers are so needed for what's going on. But again, with thanks to everybody in your posts, it really gives me a lot of feed, a lot of knowledge, a lot to go with, a lot to work with. And I got so much to mention. Over empowering weekend. And today, just amazing. Just amazing. I can remember a day we didn't post this kind of stuff. This is where we truly are. So the future of this whole Pandora box is about to explode on what's really going on. It already hasn't creeped open somewhat, but it's a Pandora's box. It really is. It's a nightmare inside. And we need to stand up. We need to fight it. We need to get more involved. We need to take America back. We need to save America. We need to keep America to make it great again. So I want to also say some happy birthdays to Stephanie Ben and Kayla Heron. And also I want to say, hey, Rocco, if I miss it tomorrow, I'm sorry. I know it's your birthday. I do know it's your birthday. And Ariana Smith. With that said, let me get back into this just a little bit. And I got some things all the way around here. You might see or hear me jump a little bit. That's just kind of like what I will be doing. I'm sorry, but that's kind of what I will be doing. When I compile a weekend of everything together, that's how it works. That's how it works. So let's see here. Why are all the billions sent overseas? You know, it was part of what I have here. And you know, to all the other countries. Is it really in support of, or is it really Tobiah? Is this one of the Tobiah deals? Do you know that it's from the country of Tobiah? And that's Joe's little island, Tobiah. And I don't know. It's just too much money going to float to the whole world. What makes us kings to be able to do this? Are we running this whole world show of idiocracy and bullshit that we're going through right now? It seems like it. Is America in charge, or are we just the guineas? Is America being placed as, hey, we know we got some screwballs in America. We'll make them think they're in charge, and we'll let them do all this stuff, and we'll bury them. That's what I really think they're doing. They're setting even Joe up to get buried with Harris and everybody else in that little round circle of DBPs, deplorables. You get it. You get it. You get it. Yeah. Happy birthday, Kayla. Happy birthday. All right. So anyway, yeah, I think it's a Tobiah issue here. You know, it's about what he did to buy the other votes and supports and all these other things that had occurred in our lives very recently and before of the great setup. And I think this is his way of creating support, a support method to sucker us in. But really, is that the case here? Sucker us in as a support system for them, or is it vice versa? Is it truly in reverse? And people have their hands up. Believe me, you might get 250 million from Joe, but how much of those millions are the people going to see? That's an audit I would love to see. Where all this money's going to all these heads and all these countries, they should get zero. If we're going to help them, and we shouldn't be, unless Joe's paying for it on his billion from China. All government officials should get zero. It should go to the public. What is the purpose of that money? What is it getting used for? These are answers that we need to put into what we want and what we expect in the future of our country on all of our people sitting in seats who take this oath that don't live up to the oath. And again, I'll say it. We need to make rules for these people so we can just get rid of them if that's what it comes down to. Jim Hickman, hello. How are you? Hello, Jimmy. Hello. And Joe, how are you doing? Mary Kay, you're both on tonight. I don't know if you're still on. I can't tell what this screen does all the way. I can't tell off this small monitor. I got one more to hook up, and it's going to be here with a reader up top. That'll be great because it really will help me. It really will help me. So anyway, you see kind of like where I'm going here. I'm just venting and having some fun. And you got what? Yeah. Hello, Eric Lee Barton. Good evening. Thank you for the hello. I appreciate it. You're in California. Welcome, California. Appreciate you. We also got some fee going to London right now and Switzerland, courtesy of friends. I appreciate my friends. I really do. Doesn't look like we got Dave on tonight. I guess he bailed on me or something. I don't know where Dave's at. Dave, where are you, man? Say hello to me. Maybe he had an issue. It's okay. It's all good. Best not there either. Maybe, who knows? Maybe they are doing their own channel tonight or something. I have no clue. But it's all good. No worries from the peanut gallery here. So, CDC, the stats just don't add up, nor the restrictions of the pandemic. You know, nothing really, nothing that gets released is that great. That is the truth of it. Nothing that gets released is all that great. You know, people look at their information that they're uploading. That's the best I can tell you. Look at their information, and it will make you really wonder about the intentions of who are supposed to be good and most knowledgeable for us, if that's even the case, if that's even occurring or happening. So that said, you know, I can tell you this much. I didn't want to talk a lot about this tonight because I have a Pittsburgher, a rocker, Wendy Bell. Lots of people follow this woman and praise for her because she's done an outstanding job. And, you know, I'm a fan. She had a lot to say on it. And I don't believe in double dipping. So that's why I put a short narrative together for it. I was going to hit it harder, but I thought she delivered it really well. And what's left for me to say is here, support Wendy. Support Wendy. Go and check what she had to say. Honestly, she's a great woman. She really is. So do that, but check on all this CDC stuff. It's just nuts. It doesn't even, nothing adds up with these people. All right, the J&J shot, Boston, contaminated, or was found to be contaminated. It seems like it was. It's like a big halt. Finally, somebody listens to something. What were they actually giving the people? I don't know. Does anybody know? I'm not sure. Do me a favor. See if you can text DB. Just see if you know if everything's okay. I just want to make sure he's okay more than anything. So yeah, with that said, J&J shot, the one order shot. It's not so good to order. 4 states, from what I understand, is the total right now that claimed that there has been issues as well as sicknesses and other things that had occurred immediately right after the Franken shot. So they're all the Franken shot to me. It doesn't matter if you're getting from one or the other. It's the Franken shot. And also, I got a theory here tonight on this Gates and Como. And my theory is this, you know, you always see something of divide or statements that are made when it comes down to what happens in Washington and how it affects Washington and how Washington will protect itself. And Nancy herself has explained some of these things in her little drunken stupid videos, but it's true. She has. And so here's my theory. Cover-ups. All right. Cover-ups. You have a problem. You get rid of the problem. You try to keep the problem's mouth shut. Well, you had a problem. You have deaths all over these states in the same manner as Como. So if you keep this guy around or keep him quiet somehow, you know, do something, which they are trying to do. In my eyes, is a cover-up. So then they fight at Gates. They change the narrative. And I feel confident enough from everything that I read and that's out there publicly. This guy's done nothing. But if they want to try to prove it, I'm all ears. I'll listen to it. And we can debate it. We can agree to disagree or not at all. So with that said, always keep that in mind. I'm totally behind what's righteous. Doesn't matter who you voted for with me, because I know you're going to come to the right. I know you're going to wake up. Some of you, the silent majority over there, you know what you're thinking about already with all this. Yes, and we have major issues to consider to it all. So I really think they're trying to do what they need to do and create, again, another issue, another debate, and to quiet down and create silence to keep what we really want exposed, which was all the deaths. It's because it's mass criminal issues. You know, we know that it was mainly 60 and over. We know the CDC was lying about the numbers. Again, Wendy Bell today, check that out, but that has nothing to do with where I'm going. But it does in ways. It does affect, because some true numbers now are starting to be separated. Why is that occurring? I don't know. But if they get rid of Como and they go after Gates, there's my theory of how they're going to change the narrative to where they want the media to report and how, the suppression works. Just a theory, but I'm going with it. And we need to get him out of office, and we need to start investigating every other governor, including ours of state of Pennsylvania. It is what it is. To me, you knew about all this. You knew about all of it. You knew what to do. And, you asked for help, you got it. Crazy. And I'm going to get into something else that reflects to this. I'll come back to this when the time comes. So, pictures of problems. If you look in Cali and Nancy Land, I call it Nancy Land because it's deplorable. It just is. And when you have issues like Nancy Land down there and we even have that in Pittsburgh now. And I'm sure it's out there even much larger than I even know or it's ever reported. But they always need money for a state. But what did they do? What happens? Do they get the money, but choose not to make the repair or try to fix the issue so they can ask for the money again and just take a different picture? Because we'll see pictures and they don't really seem to change. Just the angles may. You know what I mean? And we've seen that narrative work on Facebook, especially Instagram, things have been posted. So if you look at those, Nancy Land is just incredible. It was only one shot, but my theory to what I'm saying here, and it's not really even a theory. Here's Beth's on. Okay, she's made it into the room somehow. Hi, Beth. So anyway, what you have here is, to me, a stepping stone. How to keep enacting a bill to create more money, follow the money, but they never take care of the issue. They never take care of it because they always need that picture to take again at a later date to say, look at what I'm dealing with. You're dealing with it because you never took care of it. And that's what happens in Nancy Land, Nancy Pelosi Land, California. Nancy Land. Without a doubt, she's in that. That's her thing. You think she's at Dollywood, but she's not. She's in Nancy Land. I don't know. Must have something to do with the Jack Daniels. I have no clue. I wanted to get to something, though, that I thought was kind of important, and it was done at an earlier Dayton issue. And I do support this. I'm not a no Black Lives Matter kind of guy because I don't think what they stand for is anything good. And I don't honestly think they may have said something, but I don't see the narrative being totally from their side, but they are being accredited. Now, there was a family, the Bruce family. They were minority Black, and they had some really, really cool beachfront property. They really did. And this was in 1929. And eminent domain took it over from them, where they were going to put their dream home. And I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. I don't. And if anybody else is, but here's the good part. They want to do this family just, even though they're no longer alive, but they're family members who are now. And hey, great, step up to the plate. Pay them off $100 million, like you said the property could be worth. That's fine. But if you're going to do that, you're opening, and I'm with it. I want you to do it. Just remember, the precedent will follow. When you establish this precedent, I want every American who's ever had eminent domain, a property somewhere that thought it was lucrative and a home site or something that was purposeful to them, to go and get yours. Because if they can get it, you can get it. And you'll have all the articles and paperwork to present a case in good standings with. So keep that in mind. And I totally agree with it. And it doesn't matter color. It matters as to how our communist government does work at times, even back in the day. And back in the day, they worked even harder. You would be shocked. They were just behind scenes doing things. Now they're putting them in front of our face, which is a whole nother issue. To me, it's no longer a government. It's a cult. We are at war with a cult of people, not a government of people no longer. They are acting as a cult. Their narrative is as a cult, not a true government. And that's what you have. So, huge demand on guns and ammo, and Biden's pushing more people want these guns, and sales are going nuts. Sales really are going nuts. They can't keep enough in the stores. So the more he wants, the more people go get. I'm glad I brought that up a few weeks back when I said, when you get this stimulus, go buy some guns. And if you can't get guns, and now you're at that point, maybe you could throw Trump some to see what's going on with the 2024. He's heavily involved with the 2022. We know that. And 2024, they're trying to make us believe that he's coming on hard. And I want it to be like that. But until I physically hear an announcement, worldwide, I'm going to go where I'm going now because this is the homework. This is the homework side of it. I'm not saying he won't do it. I'm with him, for him. I'm all in. But when he's ready, he'll let the world truly know. So I'm not going to try to weigh in on something that I could be wrong with. And I don't want to disappoint nobody. I have heard some rumors. I know that there has been some so things said. And I want the guy. I think if we have anybody in there, that's the guy we need to get in there. I truly believe that. Hey, Dave Glovin from 10 is on with 10 o'clock talks. Hey, good evening. That's our producer. And we have co-producer here tonight. And then we have the people behind the glass. This is, don't forget, 10 o'clock talks. We are the 10. Now on YouTube, shooting to MeWe. Little things on Instagram. Going out over the waters. To all our friends at Facebook and families and groups there, we appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Thank you. Yeah, great groups to join with if you're looking for any. But I want to run something by you, and I truly do. And maybe this will wake you up, But first, I'll say this. I want to say hello to the Great American Nation Group. Hardcore conservative group. Americans for Free Speech and American Regulators. And they have a fantastic staff and crew that helps everybody and, helps post and run their group sites. And they are, outstanding if you want to join with those guys. And you'll find Mr. Dave right there. And he's also right here with us at 10 o'clock talks. He is a great help. He's a great help. And thank you for that, Mr. Glovin. I appreciate you so much. My producer. Yeah. So get back to this BLM. It's really important. But I mean, you got people like Amazon and Cisco just throwing money by the millions at them. I could get into a ton of names. I'm not going to do that. Have I seen reports? Is that where I got it? Yes. I'm sorry. I'm not an outside investigator. I'm inside investigating, trying to do the best I can to give insight and information to anybody has the time, when they have the time to listen to us or to join in live, because we are now, as you know, in a live feed. So you have these three queens of the BLM. And check this out. Not only do they get all this money, there's some kind of clause due to their organization's status. They get to keep, actually, with no questions asked, 71% of all funds that come through the door. Now, I know they got close to $15 million in donations. Recently, it was publicized. Now we know how she bought the one bought the 1 point. I'm not going to mention their names. You know who they are. The $1.4 million mansion, not her first purchase either. And then you have the other side of the 29% remaining. They can pay family with. What is the purposeful money for? And why so much money given to these three women who are communists towards everything America is? And right now could be forefronting the mishap, accidental shooting in Minnesota that we've seen and heard the audio from. Truly looks like the officer had no clue what was in, I believe it was a female's hand. I don't think it was intent. I think she was doing her job and it went bad. But regardless to say, these three queens are becoming rich over all these huge corporate people and entities, same as Coca-Cola and all of them, the big boycott. There are literally thousands of these people that have jumped to the other side now because, hey, when it's greener over there, I understand that's corporate business. You got to do that, even if it's not right. But that's not right. You may see it as it's not. I get where you're coming from. Do you really think there was no other way to go about this than to put it in our face like this and support people and leftist groups and violent groups that threaten destruction across America unless they get it their way. Yeah. And then you want to defund the police. Well, let me ask you this. If you three ladies push the narrative to defund the police that hard, who the hell's going to protect you when we come? Just remember that. Just remember that. Because that's where you're putting yourself. That's where you're putting yourself. So yeah, this BLM, one of the founder buys this 1.4 home compound. Maybe, we should call it, there's no audit necessary. It's all donated funds. I wanted to say, yeah, let's call for, you don't have to audit it. It's all free money. It's free money, Yeah, it's a part of the plan without a doubt. If it doesn't fit, it fits right in. So the only thing they can do for us and would help us, let them defund the cops. Let them do that. That would be fine. There won't be nobody out there to protect them then. Nobody. And if they can keep killing each other, or they're going to push somebody's buttons in America, some of us patriots, and we're not going to stand on. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. America, this is where we're headed. And that's why I post what I post. Little signals of what I'll talk about through the night because of what you gave me. So it is what it is. Again, I'm not for the negative side of things. I'm saying when you're put up against the wall day in and day out, things break apart. And we are strong in numbers beyond what I think. I don't think they guess what our resources truly are if it comes down to it. But let them push that stereotype. Let them do that. And don't live the group. I know they're going to live to regret it. Without a doubt. They're going to live to regret it. So, here you have a lady that wants to push out all the destruction with her and her two co-worker corporate entities that she has. And it's just how it is. And, when you have law enforcement that are taking a knee, it's shameful. When they took that knee. And now they don't know our own police departments don't really know how to handle what's going on. They really don't. They're in a catch-22 with everything. But I do say kudos to the police department for putting up what they did. I want to say this also. Do Black Lives Matter? Most certainly they do. I'm not here to preach about a narrative of anything negative of Keller. Yeah, it is about the issues at hand that are playing out. And we can't have that. And that's when people need removed. And it makes you wonder why they haven't been, actually. Makes you really wonder about all that. At least it does for me. So, after 2020, and now looks like in this fourth month, midway through 2021, it's going to start all over again, Started last night. Things were happening again this afternoon. Then there were things in another state where they were trying to burn down a federal law building. I mean, really, come on. All right, let me get off BLM. Let me get off of it because, to me, it's an aggravating issue. It's an aggravating issue. It truly is. It truly, truly is. All right, let me see where I'm at here. And I hope you're having somewhat of a good day. And Mary Kay, if you're on, I saw that you were earlier. I hear Beth McCord, I see a thumb. Back to you with the thumb. Benjamin, how are you, Benjamin? Benjamin. We really don't have no viewers this way. I don't know. I don't know how YouTube's doing, but ours usually comes at a later point in time, as far as how that works. Again, I'm just happy to be live with you and talk some serious issues that's going on in America. We have a lot of government fixed problems that we need and need to handle. And it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of efforts. But right now I'm going to get to jump off this for a second and get to unemployment. And tonight at 10 o'clock, at least for the PA Pittsburgh people, and this could be more widely televised. I'm not sure what exact type of program it is. It's going to tell you about all the errors and the problems that unemployment went through, trying to help everybody in the beginning. A lot of people are still owed money. They admit the mistakes. They admit that they had a system there, even though they're asking for 32 million more. They have a new system. It just was never put in, but they're asking, at least here in our state of Pennsylvania, for 32 million more to make it more efficient. But yet the lady in questioning and in an early part of an interview of what's to come tonight says that it had that new system ever been put in place that they already do own that was purchased with our tax dollars, they would have been fine. It doesn't make sense. But listen to it. You probably keep a watchful eye. Hopefully, they will give tips and hints on how, if you never got any of your just unemployment benefits that you deserve, you'll know how to go and get them. So play, and I'll say something on it if it helps for any other state too tomorrow. I will. All right. Let me rock on. Rock on. So something about the Proud Boys too in January 6th. A judge released a statement, I guess, and he says it seems that there was no indications of any wrongdoings by the Proud Boys. And, you know, I'm sure people will state or try to state otherwise. That was the information that I got, that I read. I thought that was good factual information, because if it comes from a judge and he sees nothing wrong, maybe it'll put Mr. Ray in some type of order, because he seemed to bail. All of a sudden, they were anxiously getting things started and everybody wanted answers. And when the answers truly started to probably arise, they probably told him to put a blanket over it and cool things down a bit. I'm wondering, now you have a judge saying, let me read here just one more second. Yeah, judge says it right out. He's seen no indications of any type of issues. Any type of issues. And I want to bring up an interesting fact too. Well, unemployment was somewhat of a topic here. But in 1913, ended your 100%, you get to keep your whole entire paycheck. But actually, that's not all the way true. But it is. It came and went. And I just thought this is a good piece of history. I would throw it in for you. Yeah, so in 1913, all of a sudden you got slapped with taxes. But actually in 1861, with war and so forth, they created a tax to support the war effort and so forth. And then in 1894, I guess because we're the type of people that question things, we took it all the way to the top, and it was figured out what they had done, and keeping the taxes on after war was an unconstitutional war act. So again, all right, people are back on their full paycheck, which you don't see anymore at all. You know, that doesn't happen until 1909. And then, you know, something else always occurs, right? And then in 1913, they said, well, it's time you guys are going to have to be taxed again. And we've been paying taxes ever since. Ever since. All right. Man, a lot to say. Bring them on camera. What does bring them on camera mean? I'm not sure what you mean, Kayla. But do you want to see what I'm talking about on camera? Let me know if that's what you're saying. By the way, hi, and happy birthday to you. It is your birthday, right? Let me know if I'm right on that. Let me know if I'm right, and get a drink of water. And don't forget, this is the 10. We are 10 o'clock talks. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, a little bit on Instagram. Is going to start tomorrow. Doing some overseas feeds, and we have a great producer. Told not to mention his name a lot. He says he holds a lot of stock here. But I want you to remember, we're like a no entity type of people, volunteering. This is a nonprofit. We never asked anybody for nothing. If we mention your business and name of support, it's, hey, actually, you know, you're supporting us, allowing us to do it. We ask for nothing for it. We truly do. We ask for nothing. So, all right, let me continue a little further here. Water always makes things better. Michigan Board of Elections. Yes. So, what has happened here? Seems that they found 66,194 ballots that were unregistered, and that was only in 9 counties in Michigan. That's standing up for America. That's taking back your America. Great job up there. And there's a lot of this happening right now. There's a whirlwind about to hit, and it's very strong. And Miss Sydney is still in this strong. And, she's just a superstar. She really is. And also, this is, if I'm what I'm thinking, what I got here is what I'm going to say. It's, you've probably seen some, but Governor Abbott, Texas, I believe it was Thursday, late in the afternoon, he was informed of the conditions of how and they're keeping all the children and so forth in these semi-type shelter places. And he made an announcement to the world, and he called Biden out. And I'm glad he called him out. I really am. He stood his ground. This is one guy that's a trooper. I mean, really, he really, really is. We have some state governors out there to do this, and they're the strong guys. They really are. Hopefully some other people will wake up. But anyway, with these issues, if you didn't hear about this, and this is why I do this, he calls out the White House and he tells them straight out how he did it, whatever, FaceTiming, I don't know. But he was informed, it came through channels to him, and he went right there to the location that there was sexual child abuse and rape occurring. People and children, I guess, people, they're speaking of the younger here, maybe not because of the abuse and certain things. It could be from adults. And it sounds like they are together. I mean, what are they bringing into America? Who are these adults? Why? This is what we're going to have to deal with for our kids? I mean, we're going to have eyes in the back of our heads when they put these few million to more, a lot more into this country, which seems to be their narrative to do. I don't see him building a wall. I see him pampering something to make it look like he's going to do nothing, but nobody goes there to visit it either. Keep that in mind. Trump will probably wind up there before they do. Honestly, he probably will. Trump will probably go there before they do. But anyway, so he lets Biden know. He makes this announcement to the whole world. That's an embarrassment. That's a slap in your face as a president. You can't get slapped any harder than that, because he basically told you are a fool. And that's what you really were, Joe, a fool for what you did. You really thought this plan out well, didn't you? The savior. I'm all for the children, but not what they're going through. And I'm all for keeping the children. If their parents don't want them and they would do that to them, they don't deserve the children. We'll figure out a way to get them taken care of. We don't need the excess bullshit that you're bringing into this country. And that's your infrastructure plan. How to build them towns, homes, give them free cars, lucrative monies off every governor in every state. And yet your own American citizens, you have no common decency to. You just don't have it. So with all this going on, he calls them out, of course. And, he's swearing by a total investigation on it. Now, what that means exactly and what his powers are, I don't know. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to get to that, but I like to read people's comments. And if I can do something, I give them a thumbs up or a wave. I have to be respectful to all of you, to everybody. So, okay. That said, let's see what happens with it, because we got to get these children out of there. Got to get them separated from these adults. These must be real pedophilia type people. I don't know what these children's lives were like where they come from. Maybe these children do need us. Hey, we'll be a blessing for them, and they're probably a blessing to us to have good human beings, in our society. But that's as far, and that's where the line should be drawn. And I know that's what the governor's going after here. I know that not only that, he's going for, because we are supposed to have Fort Bliss being worked on down there, and that to be opened up to thousands of people that we shouldn't even have to be dealing with this on, but that's part of his infrastructure plan. Okay. Remember now, they're only talking 6 to 7% for all the highways across the whole entire United States, and 1.9 is not enough. They want to get it closer to $3 trillion to $4 trillion plus a trillion every year for 10 years. We are not going to have a country left. We truly aren't going to. This is no longer a government. They are a cult. This is not government people any longer by any means. The narrative is just like a cult. And that, I'm sorry, that's where I stand with that. That's what we have. Keep in mind, we don't know ever what to believe, and it's being reported in some ways of good information. Keep that zinc and your vitamin D3. Take it every day. Take it every day. Make sure your levels are about 80 milligrams. Just do it. Just do it. Don't chance anything. Stay well, stay fit. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So, yeah, do that. Please, 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 please. And I want to say this because we got some rock stars in Washington. We really do. We have G, J, and G. Okay. And that's, we got Gates, Jordan, and Green. And they're just incredible people fighting the fight. And that's why they're going after him and using him as a narrative against with Como. They're trying to put the heat onto him when we know what Como did with all these women, the disrespect that he had in his own job. He is a sniff Biden without question. And I want to bring something back to your mind too. You know, maybe a good fitting name for this a-hole up there would be Bazooka Joe. I want you to go back years. Get on your little thing, your iPad right now or your phone. Go look up Bazooka Joe and Morton, his sidekick Morton. Tell me that they didn't know. Do you remember that rap? He had it all the way up to his nose. Some covering his nose, some not so much. What was that all about? And then check out in the little comic strips. Mort's the man. He was smart enough. He knew. Yeah. I like the one. Do you know if you collected these comics and stuff, you were eligible for some prizes and so forth? Yeah. And one was an actual gun. You could get a gun. But you remember those guys? I don't know if you see it. I guess you see it. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, check that out. And maybe I just hit the nail on the head on something because I haven't seen this come up yet. Let me see. Yeah, let's see. Let's see here. Check this out, people. Check this out. Some of them his nose is covered in. Some of them his nose is covered in. What did they know? I see a lot of narratives. I look in different places, and that's how I come up with this. I wasn't shown this. I came up with this, and I'm not asking for a pat on the back, but it's just what I do. I'm weird. And check out the gun being offered. Amazing, huh? You get telescopes. They had all kinds of stuff. They had knives. This was what America once was. This is what America once was, and it no longer is. And without your rights to a gun, you can't even protect your Constitution. You remember that. You remember that. All right. So we covered some bases on Governor Abbott. We covered BLM and all the money. And you got Amazon and Cisco and all the huge players just throwing money right at their feet. Warner, you got all of them. You really, what are they giving them this money? What is the purpose of backing? I know what the purpose and the narrative probably is. I'm not going to get into that right now, but it's just another fight. And it goes to show you when you see all these labels of all these different products and what we're boycotting, what we're up against, okay? Because they're much even larger. And I'll bet to say when I said it a week ago, there's thousands of more about to start the show. And then when you have a plane, like Delta plane companies or whatever you call it, airlines would be the proper way to say it. They don't care who they hire as long as they're a proper color. They don't care about how qualified. How many want to get on a plane where a pilot may not be qualified? Yeah. Are they self-flyable? They sure are. Technology now can bring them in and out without a pilot. I know that. But why would you do that if there was a technical problem and you have some? I don't know where they're going with this, and I don't know really what that means. I shouldn't interject. I don't want to have people worrying about something. It's so stupid and idiotic as me talking about it. But the fact remains, it could all be very, very true. What are we going to do? Starting to see planes going in every direction because they don't know what the hell they're doing? That's not what we need. But that's the narrative of a government that turns into a cult. They're getting what they want on every aspect of every avenue. And they worked on this for years, the past 5 years, 4.5 years while Trump was in office. And hey, Ms. Nugent, how are you? How are you? Yeah. Speaking of Nugent, Ted, did you see what they did in West Virginia? I don't know if you'll see this later. Sometimes you look, and I can tell. You can go into history and see who looks at your stuff. Anyway, West Virginia has dropped all sales tax on gun weapons. Okay. And not only that, they're giving tax breaks to the manufacturers making the guns as well as purchasing on the ammo. No sales tax. That's standing up in West Virginia and taking America back. That's what it's about. That truly is what it's about. And hello, you and your wife do great work out there. I appreciate you so much. So with that said, got to step into something else, of course, because it's not going to end. What's our time clock anyway? Because I don't want to just cut out. And I'm 50. Wow, already. I'm not even the third way through. I swear to God, I got pages and pages and page. I'll never finish tonight. I never will. It'll take me like 3 days to get through with some of the things of everything occurring that I'll bet you 50% you don't even know about. I swear to you on that. I also want to bring up something that was brought up to me before I go any further. And I want you all to consider this. I really do. Every administration comes in and changes everybody, right? We expect it. And we saw it. As they brought in nobody good. But the one thing that went untouched, truly, were all the military heads that Trump appointed. Did you hear that? Did everybody hear that? I don't have an answer to it. And I'm not speculating. Go look. Every appointment that President Donald J. Trump had put in to anywhere and everywhere military, to the heads, have never been changed or touched. Why? Just saying. But when you find it, you share it, you let everybody know. Is it my trump card? Could be. Is there more? Maybe. You have to keep watching me to figure out where I'm going to go with this over the week, okay? You're going to have to watch because that's how I work. You never say it all at one time, but I want you to reflect on what I just said. Go do some homework, and then you come back to me, and we'll hang out some more. And don't forget, this is 10 o'clock talks. I am Michael Anthony, and I do want to thank you for being out there watching. Whenever you do and can, this is part of taking back America, and that's what we will do. And you're going to have to play a part of it. We need you strong. We need you now. Everyone, because more shit is going to hit the fan. I guarantee it. And I'm not the guy that makes the suits. Okay? No, I'm not that guy. I'm only telling you what I can tell you right now. Stay by, stand with me, stick with me, share to all your friends. Get us out there. Let's get the word out. Let's have a support system. Let's talk about these issues that you send me, because that's what I'm doing. I'm talking about what you. Bazooka Joe didn't have nothing to do with it. The military didn't have nothing to do with it. I throw my things in there, but your homework is important to me, and I try to share it. I do, because you come first. I can only be that voice, right? I can only be that voice for you. You're the purpose. Remember that. Oh, okay. So I'm being told that our MeWe live starts on the 13th. I'm sorry, was a date off. 2021 at 8 p.m. live. And don't be late. Don't be late, everybody. So with that said, I guess we're in YouTube and Facebook and places like that. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm not trying to set the world on fire. I want you to do that. And you're doing a great job at it. Let's work together and see what we can do and accomplish. There's much better people out there than me with this, but a voice helps all of us in ways. Okay. Remember, we have a hell of a crew, though, in Washington when you have Gates, Jordan, Green, a few others with good voices up there. We know who our enemies are, even on the right side. And right now, they're being picked apart. but we do have people that we can rely on. When you can't rely on your own people, go to the people you can rely on. Keep that fact in mind. They're working for all of us, no matter if they're within our jurisdiction. Marjorie Taylor Greene's out of Texas. It doesn't matter if you call her and say, I can't get through in Pennsylvania to no one. She's all ears. That's the type of person that got elected that's up there helping the support system. Remember that. Same with Jim Jordan. And he was a hell of a championship wrestler, too. So, I mean, he's just a regular kind of guy like Marjorie was a person. They're on our level. They're there for our fight. And don't believe for a minute on Gates. That's a narrative to protect Como, to protect all these deaths. And they even are trying to get a bill across right now. And I'm going to come across it. I'll give more information, but I'll say it clearly now to you on this issue. They are trying to suppress and hide any ways of going back after any of the nursing homes, hospitals, doctors, if anywhere you had loss of life in your family. They are trying to get a bill across, snuck underneath the table right now, just like they did with the insurance companies. They don't want to pay. Well, guess what? Now the government is starting to say, and I'll give you who you can talk to, because they know insurance companies are denying the claims on deaths, that they're willing to pay only for the death, the funeral expenses of the death up to so many dollars. Now, it's better than Social Security. What the full amount is, I don't know. Why are they doing it? If I was wrong, I'm not wrong. The insurance companies are saying no. It was covert related. You took an experimental drug, and once you take that experimental drug, the Frankenshot, you are no longer entitled to your death benefit. It's like you put a gun to your head and pulled the trigger and didn't even have to do it. They did it for you. So with that said, remember, there's a government program. I'll give you more information because it could have been FEMA. And I got a lot of things to talk to you preppers about FEMA tonight on. I really, really do want to give you an eye opener, because they have more control in this country than you would ever imagine. And I mean that literally. They can supersede people when they need to. So anyway, with that said, keep that in mind. It's very important. It's very important. All right. Let's see here. I also want to give a shout out to the Women for First America. These are, heartthrobs in their own way. They're just beautiful people is what I'm getting to. They really are. And everyone out there is beautiful people. We're strong people. We are the Trumpsters, the mega, the strong, and we are what we are. We are the strength. Never think of yourself anything less than that. But ladies out there, join in with this group of women and send your support in any way you can. They stand for good and justice for all. And I know that fits a couple of people's criteria. And let me just look down to give a quick hello. Hello, Sarah. How are you? Okay, it's not a bunch. That's all right though. It's never a bunch when I talk to myself anyway. I never know who's out there to see anything. Let me just make sure I got that part though. I talk to myself sometimes when I read, and I also want to say this: we all have some kind of medical conditions, and a lot of people call them anxiety disorders and stuff. Now this has to do with the mask. And I want you to just think about this for a second before I flip this page here. People don't want to wear them no more. And I don't blame them. I think we need to be safe and sorry. And that's why I pushed the vitamins and the things we knew that does work. The ivermectin, the hydrochloroquine that they suppressed on us. And why did that happen? Well, we know why that happened. Without a doubt, we know. But the bottom line is, if you don't want your mask on, don't feel like a snowflake in public. Take it off. Take it off. People have no right to judge you. No right to judge you whatsoever. You could actually have a medical condition. And honestly, great numbers of people are coming up with this anxiety about the mask. And they can't ever get clear breath. And it's always hot. It's not refreshing. And they feel lightheaded. Don't put yourself in these positions, especially with the summer months coming up and us in spring. No, take care of your health, your body. You come first over any demand of law by the government, who is now acting as a cult. Not a government, but as a cult. And we have war with this cult. Go against them. Stand up for your freedom. Go against them. No masks are allowed for everyone's health and safety. And where does that come from? Not sure. Okay. We'll get more information on that to you. But I did notice on the internet today, there were a couple businesses. If you came in with a mask, they told the people, we don't allow people in with masks. And they shouldn't, to be honest with you. I don't know. Is it worse that they've had this mask on for 30 days because they do this? I've been guilty of long-term masking myself. I have. I'll admit it. And then you have somebody come in or two come in or three come in, they all masks on, you don't. And on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off through a period of a day for hours and hours and hours. They're not even buying a new mask. Come on. These masks get dirty. They need changed. Who's keeping track of that? They get contaminated. Is it worse to have on a dirty mask and be in public? It might be. See the catch-22 on how all this goes. It's pretty easy if you just think of the terminology of the issue. And that's what I try to do. I try to throw that at you so everybody sees it. And I think it's important. I really do. 10 o'clock talks on MeWe right now and American Regulators and live and American Regulators on Facebook too. Thank you to Dave. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you. Thanks for sharing us. That's our producer letting us know he's getting on as he works through the whole segment as well as listening to my madness here. You know, he really does. And he just keeps going. He wants the word out though. And a lot of people do. And I'm very happy to be able to do that and come to you and just be able to talk and, you know, connect with you guys. And I appreciate you letting me do that and come into your homes. I really, really mean that. So let's see what else I got here. And I mean it when I say I got a lot. I do. I'm not going to be able to do it all tonight. There's just no possible way I can. And I have a lot of good information. See, the thing is that you hope for is you give the best you can for everybody in a segment or whatever they call these things that I do. I guess it's in a segment of a night or, you know, whatever, the format of the night. The problem with me is because of how I get some of my information, I can't give it to you in one day. I just can't. But I can give it to you over a period of days and it'll make a whole bunch of sense to you. So I just hope that people get to really look at everything and take it in and listen to it because there's some indications of things. And I don't try to push the wrong thing. It puts me on track to give you better news every day, but it also makes me match up things that I'm told. So, you know, I want to always be able to give you the best I can. And don't ever forget, I am Michael Anthony. This is 10 O'Clock Talks. And again, always, you know, you can always go onto my page too, Michael Anthony on Facebook. And you can go and scroll down. There's like 50 or 60 episodes of hours of talk that you can look at. And also, we've been uploading, not vigorously, but busy enough to get you more information to YouTube. And Dave's doing what he can to get things shared. And Beth takes care of a lot of stuff, too, through Southwest PA Bikers, who's one of our major support groups here. She's on punishment right now, the Facebook punishment. So she's limited to her interactions. Maybe she revved her Harley too hard. I don't know. I'm just saying maybe something like that happened. She shook somebody's bones. Anyway, let me see where I'm at here. Let me see. Yeah, this is a little harsh, but it certain things I guess really need to be said because this is the country we live in now, and it's not just communists. Again, we've been taken over by a cult of people, idiots, morons, deplorable, despicable human beings that it's not even about themselves. The people behind glass are commenting. It's more than that, you know. They're just dirt, and we're in for a hell of a fight. We are, and the more ready we are every day, and the more knowledgeable we are, the better off we're going to be in the long period of time. They play her just before 10 o'clock's live tonight. I'm not sure what that says. Okay, my eye still has a little bit of an issue, Dave. I'm not picking up all the small fine print. I don't want to drag the monitor over too close, just for all the people out there that are checking this on. Remember, it is a live broadcast. It's live on MeWe tonight. Hello, MeWe. Hello, America. Hello, Pittsburgh. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook. And to all my friends in London and Sweden who are streaming me, thank you for doing that. I appreciate it so much. Let's get this message out there because you guys, this is a global problem. I've always said that, and it's true. Every government is pushing the same narrative, the same BS on all of us, and we're having some issues across all the waters as well as here. We really are, and I wish them a lot of luck after some of the videos and stuff that they sent me and what they're going through with their enforcements and stuff over there. They're being picked on a little bit. It's a little different over there, and the narratives are changing. How do you stay peaceful when you're being attacked? I don't understand how that is supposed to work. They paroled Beth from Facebook jail just before the 10 o'clock event went live. Oh, man, she must have really been bitching them out. Anyway, okay, let me get into this because it's sad. It's hard. It's even hard to, talk about, but it is what it is. But things like this happen, it seems, in America. And this is part of that sad, deplorable negativity that, you report on. But it's true. And I'm just going to say it. Only in America can, you murder a child at its birth. And that's a fact. And this is a post. And this is why I'm going over this, because it's all factual. This has all just occurred in Washington on a vote as well. But you can't go to, so you can actually let your child go. And to me, that is murder. Okay. The way they're doing it. And there's no consequences. And maybe because that's the harvesting that they want to start, that they have started. Yeah, you heard me. Parts harvesting. It's nothing new. It's part of what they've always done, in ways to create vaccines and more and other things and a lot of other things that the deep state will not allow you to know. And hopefully one day, maybe not in my life, but the kids will know about this and we'll find it out. But if you spank your child, you can go to jail. So you spank the little boy's bottom, little girl's bottom, because you want them to be just and right in the world. And murder has no consequences. That is terrible, and that is a shame, and that is America. Are you proud, Mr. Biden? Are you proud, Miss Harris? What examples are you? What examples you are making of yourself? And I mean, holy shit, Batman, really. It's just uncanny what we're going through. Nevada Mayor Johnny Lee leaving the Democratic Party. Wonder why. I guess enough is enough. Then Pence wants to get back in. All of a sudden, I mentioned him the other day, and bingo, there he is. And I don't know why things like that work around me. He's back in. He wants to get back in. And what? Yeah, to me, he traded us out that day. He let us hang. I don't know what Donald Trump would be thinking right now. I don't know, but I don't see any trust in it. I don't see any trust in it, and I think Pence should stay to himself, unless he's somewhere hidden. This is a big secret, like I said. Why are all these military heads still there and not replaced? That's not a normalcy under a new president coming in. It isn't. Arizona just told Dead Brain Joe he can pretty much take a hike with his gun grabbed, and I'm glad that they said that. They're going to stand up, they're going to fight him on it. And then my information, and I might have said something different, but I think Biden was to send 40 million to the Palestinians. Was that who we had earlier? Was it 25 million to somebody else?
250 million.
250 million. Okay. All right. Well, I guess it got raised because what I had reported, and this is where the narratives are on how they set us up. They put false news out there, so we don't really know what they're giving. So I looked at who I thought were good, credible information. I only had 40. Later this afternoon was reported the true number was 250. Your choice to choose, just like anything I say on here. It's always your right to choose. Don't judge me. I won't judge you. And I mean that. But I got to lay it out, whether you're on either side, you're watching from either side. I'm not here to tick anybody off. I'm just here to talk about the relevance and what the world is going through right now. It doesn't matter who you voted for, not in this room, never will matter. All I can say is wake up, look at everything, judge it, and get aboard.
When's he gonna take care of our vets and our own homeless?
He has no plans to take care of vets. He has a plan to spend trillions of dollars before he looks at anything. Nothing's ever been mentioned to the fact of vets. I'm being asked about vets, and there is nothing about. None of us know anything about vets. We're all shouting and ranting about it and posting things about it. We want it, and even our own homeless. But no, their plan supersedes the facts of what we need in our own America and what our own agenda should truly be for the American people. They're not with us. They're communists. They're not with us. They're traitors. They're not with us. They're a cult. And I'll leave it to you like that on that note. And that's my belief. You know, I mean, maybe I'll get a knock at the door and they'll come arrest me. I don't know. So much for suppression of freedom of speech. But it's deeper. I've always told everybody that, connect with it. Before it'll ever come out here, it comes out here. This is the light bulb that projects the voice. So remember, it's not a true suppression of voice. They're trying to suppress your thought, your inner being as a human being, your deepest part of your consciousness of your being. That's what they're attacking here. That's why this is a war. Freedom of speech. You ain't shutting me up. Not in a heartbeat. You ain't going to shut up the world, to be honest with you. And everybody's blaming it. That's not what they're attacking here. They're attacking humanity of your being, of your consciousness, and don't give in to them. Don't ever give in to them. All right, going a little further, getting out some good, some bad, some positive, this state, this, that, and the other. Yeah. So let's talk about the enlargement of the Biden Supreme Court. Yeah. So he wants to put his little ploys in there, possibly Clinton and Obama, and who knows? Maybe we get Soros in there. They want to have an oversight to this. What is an oversight to the Supreme Court? Won't be a Supreme Court no more with an oversight. Although they need changed as well, as we've seen. We've learned that. These people were probably plants of the right. They made it look like they were going to give Trump a hard time, but they let the votes go through. They let people get elected in. And when Trump needed them, they bailed on him too, just like Mikey Pence. That's just the way it goes. Mikey Fancy Pants Pence. That's the man. If his name's on your sign, cut it out. Cut it out. Get it out of there. Don't believe anything unless Trump says it and it really comes out at a further date that this was all something that was necessary. We can all rethink and rehatch and apologize if that's the case, and I'll be the first one to do it. But until then, no. He ain't worth the gravy off my dish that I left on. He's not. He's not worth it. So then you have Biden that wants to enlarge the Supreme Court. So there's another fight. And what this will do it will kill the entire justice system of the United States. And they know where to go, and they know their narrative. And that's why I keep telling everybody, you think you saw it all 2 weeks ago? And then last week I said, do you think you've seen it all? This week I'm going to tell you, you have no clue what you haven't seen yet. And I guarantee that. It's going to get worse in a different way. But you are going to get really angry and even more angrier than you are now. And that's the truth. So we have to fight these issues. We really do. Call everybody under the sun. I don't care. Make 10 calls a day. You have to do this. Pick up the damn phone. Call your leadership in your areas of city, states, your boroughs, your townships. Call your committee if that's who you have to go through. There are some areas that are just on a committee. Get your voice heard. Get your opinion heard. Tell them that you don't want it, that you're opposed of it. It's not going to happen. Fight this, because not only will they take the guns, they will take your justice, and you will stand alone. You will stand alone at that point. You'll have nothing, and they're fighting to get their tooth and nail, and they think they can. And if you sit there and just post all day and don't really use your feet and your hands, your mind, your eyes, your fingers to get on the phone to make these calls or write a letter, it's going to be destruction in America for all of us. And you need to support the system. And like I said, cripple their system on the election time. So what if they're not qualified? Get these seats taken. We'll figure out the rest later. As long as we win, they can't roll. They can't roll what they can't control. Remember that. Kill the foundation. Trump will take care of the top. He's already doing it. He did an amazing opening for Sarah Huckabee, who's running for Arkansas governor. He's coming out for other people and more, but I'm going to get into that at a later point in time during the week, but it's all happening. It's all happening. He's doing his part. And he did say to us all, he said to us all, don't forget grassroots. That was your message, to get involved with the grassroots, the movement. That was his era of time. He is 72. He's a little older than some of us. He's only giving it to you the best way he can, and he did state this. I dare you to go look and tell me I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. I only repeat to you what he says. Maybe we forget, but that's the truth. Now, this Omar woman, the one that married her own brother, they came here on food stamps and had no money, and we gave she's getting more power than the human race, by voice. And this is another issue that needs fought, just like AOC, and the things that they're going after and the ideologies that they're pushing, because they are behind the two implants of the ideology that are working and interfacing with what you're looking at every day in your post. Guaranteed. They're the one. AOC's more responsible, but the other one's tagging along, skipping, hollering, married to her brother, but she's there. And I mean, is there some law about marrying maybe you can marry your brother where she's from? I don't know. Brought him here though, married him. I thought for citizenship. Yeah, you can do that, but we can't do nothing about it. I get it. That's the narrative. So, all right, okay, 40 million, Biden, Supreme Court, Omar. And she also said to Joe, you don't finish this wall. They don't, yeah. So there you have, don't finish the wall, Joe. And maybe he won't. This is one of Nancy's puppeteers, There's a whole string of who's all puppeteering for everybody, puppeteering for the misfits. And, this is the island of misfits up there. That is totally what they are. The island of misfits. And we need to fight them. We need to fight them hard. But, Joe still has to send them money. He owes them so much money, man, for getting them all these people up here. Is build a vote platform system. And that's exactly what this was more all about, if you ask me. And he's going to take all these trillions and put them where he wants to put them. All right, where are we here? Wow, the hour of action. I remember this hour. I do. But it's true. There is an hour of action. The French say no to U.S. synthetic foods. They're not in agreement to Bill Gates on that part of his influences as to how to feed America and get rid of livestock and harvestings. Because, they're too gassy. They're not working out well for the atmosphere. And I keep telling them, get in that garage with the car. Get in the garage with the cow. See which one you can walk out of. See which one really works first. See how long you stay alive. Let's do the test, big guy. Smart guy. And he's up to no good on some other stuff, too. He's not only involved in SimDim, dim the sun programs and stuff that's coming forth now. There's a couple other things besides the seedings and all these new things that they're going to do while they're cloud cloaking. This is for him to be able to do a major experiment to see if he can make things grow with that sun. And he's going to do it to the world in order to control it, to see if when you're worth what he's worth, I guess you can do whatever you want, because it seems like they're all bowing down to his ass. And I would never do that. It's just not me. But the French say they want no involvement of it. That's not their ethics of morals. Maybe they're waking up in different ways, but I don't see their government getting any better yet on anything for their citizens. They're right behind most of the stuff. Why this has come out like this, I don't know. Maybe one guy up there, one of the fat guys up there or over there, like their steaks. That could be. Let's put it this way to you too. And the other part of synthetic that people don't even know, these pasteurized cheeses like Velveeta or Spam. Hello, it's been synthetic. We've been into synthetic for a long time. Look into it, you'll see. And if you know anything about molecules and margarine, you're one molecule off from being a plastic with margarine. Do some homework to see where all this has come from and what they're doing. It's already been there in a lot of ways, but they're going to expose it green, okay? Because green is planned. It's money, money, money. And he's going to wind up being a trillionaire over what he does, this Gates issue guy. Truly will. Truly will. Okay, and then governors are okaying steps now to impeach. From what I understand, if this is real news, and I believe it was, I still didn't see none today, but there was a vote to move forward 32 to 18 by conference call and or whatever they represent as conference, because it wasn't very specific to me to get a clarity. It was very short. And sometimes the truth is snuck in a very small area, and that's where you find it. And that's how I found this. So they're saying 32 to 18 was the vote, and that was steps to impeach Pelosi. And I also believe it mentions Schumer. So just with that said, keep that in mind. Maybe that's a good thing. There are some good people in Washington, but not all of them are. Where are we at on time? What's the schedule there? I'm already at 121. I have pages and pages. I'm never going to get them all done tonight. I'm going to get through this, give you my thanks, and wait for you tomorrow. We'll hang out. We'll do this again. Don't forget, this is 10 o'clock. Friends with me. And also go in, join the group, Taking Back America, American Regulators, and some of the other ones. And I'll be posting something special and doing a highlight feature for the groups that work really close together with me, with Dave, me, and one other fellow. And because we do isolate a good formula together as to how we're trying to put things together with a message for everybody. They do a lot of footwork. I do a lot of voice work. Dave does a lot of think work. So we have our own think tank. We have our own feet, and we have our own voice. And it's a good combination for how everything's working, as well with the producers and co-producers that are just here to help. It's all volunteer. It's nonprofit. We make nothing. We want nothing. We wish everybody good luck in small businesses. We small business support, Salon Atmosphere, Innovative Motorworks, Pigeonowski's. Never forget you guys, 202 Taco, Salon Atmosphere, and so many more. We always throw the name out. And if we have one we can throw out for you, please let us do it. So with that said, let me get a little further here before I close out the evening, because I just have too much that I could go on for literally probably 5 to 6 hours tonight. It's hot. I like coming out hot and giving a lot of information. And I know you've seen a lot today. So you've already learned a lot. And this is 10 o'clock. Bring them on camera. I don't know what that means. All right. Bring them on.
The people, I guess you just mentioned.
Oh, bring them all. Oh, yeah. I do have some people that want to come on.
There is a button somewhere where you can invite people to.
I don't know where the button is to hit the invite. I'm searching friends. I hit something wrong. I'm seeing some things come up, but I'm not seeing anybody enter, and that's fine. Most people see my upload. They never see me live. So I'll get used to how this is. Do it go 24 hours? Yeah.
Please.
You poured that much coffee for the night? I don't think so. But you know what? Give me 1 second. I'm taking a 2-second break.
Yeah, it's not online. It's
I usually never do this.
must be hard up.
I'm not hard up. I ain't hard up.
You're fired up.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's kind of warm down here tonight, too. All right, man, I'm back. I had to get some coffee, just a sip. And what I normally don't do, I just did, and I've been trying not to. I can go through long term without needing a cigarette. I really can. But tonight it was like, I'm just getting up and getting one. Again, I want you to know you'll be catching this, and it already is, from what I understand, somewhat on MeWe, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, and overseas, because of some really good people and friends. And I think they're going to cut out on me because their hours different, and they'll go black on me soon. I know they will. But anyway, I want you to stay strong in your beliefs. I really do. I think it's important. Your beliefs are what's going to get you through this, because it's about to get, the shit's really about to hit the fan in ways that you probably never saw coming or expected to come again. So I'll say it to you that way. Not even the dumbasses that put it together can think as special as they think they can. You already know and probably have a pretty damn well good idea what can occur next, will occur next, okay? And that's why I say to you, they're using us. You know, they don't care about our beliefs. They don't care if you think you're important. To them, you're not. You're just a part of their plan. And I want you to know that every corporation, every bank, BLM, Antifa, not even the Dems or the MLB, none of them are safe. Now, I might have got you lost there, and I did it for a reason. I wrote it that way to say it this way, to keep your eye and ear open to this particular matter. We have everybody going against us, correct? We have every government office pretty much on the left against us, correct? They use us, don't they? And right now they're trying to create communism control. Now, I want you to think about something. When a government is through with you and got what they wanted from you, they can get rid of you. So right now, they're calling in for allies and supports because they have a mission. But I want this message to go out to all these corporation people out there, which are never going to hear this, but this is where the sense is. When they're through with you, they'll get rid of you too. Now you're needed. You're a necessity. Just like we will be as a slavery communist country because of their bad spending habits and the issues of money, a false note of numbers that they will have to pay back. And they want to hold you accountable to do that. And the rest of these people. And the rest of these people. And that's why they're having them fund Antifa and BLM and all that. Right now, they're a needed commodity. Joe himself can't walk over and give the money that these people in Washington who supported these people want him to do. So he's calling them in as a safe net to say, hey, look, we'll take care of you. Yeah, but for how long, Joe? Who out there is really safe, Joe? Everybody who's involved with the left. Everybody who's involved with the left. Hear this clear. You're expendable. You're disposable. When you are no longer of use to the government, they will come after you as well. I guarantee it. So you think about what you're doing to the American people right now, raising your prices and donating all your money to these asinine majorities out there who think they're going to run our country and serve a purpose to it, which they won't. They'll find their own demise, whether it's by our hand or by the hand of our own government. So while you're doing good, or think you are, and changing the narrative of where you think you can survive, boycott won't hurt me. It may not. May not right now. Maybe we'll fall a little weak. Maybe we won't hit you as hard as we want to. But I assure you, at the end of the game, the government won't need you either. And when they don't need you anymore, they will come after you. And you will be no better than any of us are to them, as you will be to them when it occurs. You keep that in mind while you keep spreading all that money that you could have did good with. But no, you're doing it to cause destruction and devastation to America. And that's why we boycott you. But take to the bank, when they're done with you, you'll know it. You'll know it. Unless we get there first. That's your choice. You made your choice. That is your choice, though. You think about that, all you big corporation people. That's all I can say. I know I don't get on to the large media. I'm not no Dan Bongino and, these big names. I'm not that. The point is, it's a good point, and it needs to be brought up. Hopefully somebody will get it to somebody. Maybe it'll get talked about. MS-13 gang members caught at the border. What, like that was the first time? Are you serious? No. But now it's being reported. Yeah, like one guy out of the gang happened to come across and get caught. Yeah, so that happened, I guess. Crazy when you think about it. But I want to say this to you. I enjoy coming out here and talking. I hope you got some insight, some of my theory. I hope it made some sense to you. I appreciate everyone. We appreciate Taking Back America and all our friends in that come and every day show each other support. I want you to come in, be a part of it. Get on Facebook. Most of you all belong to it. Just come on in. Start joining these groups, these progressive groups that we have for saving America, taking America back. Yes, and Dan did have to start somewhere. You're absolutely correct. I get that. But when you start at the White House, it's a little different of a scenario from Secret Service and military background. I may have one, I don't have the other. But what I do have is this, David, and I appreciate your comment. I really do. I can talk as loudly as I can for you on this topic. Keep that in mind. And, all the groups out there are important, and they'll accept you in, left or right. Doesn't matter who you voted for, as long as you find your side. That was a mission you needed to do, the waking up of America to the silent ones, the quiet ones, the ones that thought and made that mistake. So what if you made that mistake? You see where that got us all right now? It's going to affect your children. And I got some huge stories on the children and what's going on with the school curriculum and how the health department's getting involved without you even knowing about it. They're going to start the Frankenshot on the kids. They get very, very short briefs. If you don't catch it, well, we tried to contact you. We gave them the shot. That's what they're going to do. That's what they started. I have a lot to tell you. More. Please join back in at the 10 o'clock talks. I go live around 8 o'clock throughout. You're welcome in. And also remember, you can see the post again. Check on my page, Michael Anthony Facebook. You can see the post on Taking Back America, American Regulators, and so forth. I don't have every name in my head because my information brain is right now going with, this book is full on what I had come up with, and I knew I couldn't do it all in one night. But it's all stuck in 10 o'clock talks. But remember, you can see all these uploads. They're not going anywhere. And I appreciate you guys. I really do. So with that said, from Pittsburgh, America, and all across out there, whoever gets to see this, special thanks to Beth and Dave, Twiggers, the rock stars behind everything here that make it what it is. And I do appreciate them. We have a very peaceful atmosphere between us all. We get along good. We enjoy bringing you information, and we're constantly working with each other. We kind of live it, eat it, and breathe it, and we probably could bleed it if we cut ourselves. But the bottom line is, it's for you. Please join us as often as you can. Check it out. Pass the word. Share us. Follow. And you always, I guess if you follow, is it follow or share between, or is it follow on everything? I don't know. Dave will tell me. He'll say, Mike, I know what it is. I don't know what everything is. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, even if it's wrong. Yes, and we have to give everybody that right of opinion.
Dave to be quiet He said 24 hours.
Oh, 24 hours. Yeah, no opinion.
Like a day.
There is no opinion on 24 hours, Dave. We cannot have that. No. Besides, I told you, man, I'm diabetic. I got to sit down and eat at some point. I always eat at the end of an evening. But I had fun tonight. I just didn't have enough time by any means to, even if you write shorter, it turns into commentary where you're kind of like talking about the facts of the issue. And that's where the opinion comes in. I express mine too much. I get it, but so what? That's what I do. And people either dig it or they don't, but I see it as being all good. So with that said, I have gotten a couple thumbs up. I have had some hearts out there tonight. We've had some viewers. Do what you can for us in support. We never will ask you for anything. Nothing. But I do know that someone offered me a free t-shirt and a coffee mug. I haven't seen it, but I know the offer was made. So one day you might see me sitting here with a t-shirt on and having a coffee mug. Yeah. Anyway, this is Michael Anthony. This is 10 O'Clock Talks. I know I keep saying it, but it's important if you don't know who we are or what we stand for. We stand for America. We are Trumpsters. We are true American. We live for the Constitution and our rights and the ability to have free speech and thought. We are for the best things we can have in America and taking back America to save America. And as with one very special president has always said, making America great again. And we will turn this around in numbers and strength. Come with us. Join with us at the 10 o'clock talks. No, I'm not Tucker. I'm not Sean Hannity. I am Michael Anthony, and I can be a rock star for you. Just bring it. Let's do this. Ask the questions, anything you want. We'll fit them in wherever we can. Have a blessed evening. Thank you to all the Christians and the prayers. You guys are all rock stars. Don't judge me. I will never judge you. You all have a blessed evening. Thank you so much. See you later. Bye.